I was really struggling to know what to do for Bookmas today because I don't have a lot of spare time. So I thought I would just go through some of the proofs that I have of books that are coming out in 2026. I will be doing a far more in-depth book of books I'm excited about in 2026 in the new year. But let's just concentrate on these ones for now. This is one of the coolest manuscript style proofs that I've ever received. This is a stage set for villains by Shannon J. Spann. I managed to win a copy of this at Yelp, demolished the whole thing just to find out that it was only the first half of the book. It's one of the most unusual things I've ever read. I really, really enjoy the concept. It's like part novel, part script. It's kind of genre defying. And I was immediately hooked. Thankfully, Michael Penguin Joseph have agreed to send me the full book. So hopefully I'll get my hands on that soon. But I'm so excited for this to go out in the world. People are going to go crazy for it. Another one from Penguin Michael Joseph. This is the Book of Blood and Roses. This comes out in January. It's sapphic and it's basically a vampire hunter and a vampire. We are obsessed, obviously. The next one is Beth is Dead. This I got from Scholastic, and this is basically like a modern retelling of Little Women, but what if Beth had been unalived? Little Women is one of my favourite classics of all time. I've read it a few times now, and every single time I get something different, and I don't think I've ever read a retelling or an inspired by. So I'm actually hoping to finish this before the end of December. This one also comes out in January. This is one of the most beautiful proofs I've ever received. This is also coming out in February. Source Books very kindly sent me an entire box of this, which was glorious. I'm actually going to put the TikTok unboxing in the description so you can check it out because it was just, I was so incredibly happy. This is The Sun and the Star Maker by Rachel Griffin, and actually the story behind her writing this is quite sad. While she was kind of in the middle of the first draft, she had a traumatic brain injury. And while she was recovering, she could no longer read or write or be on screens, which is just insane to me. And it was one of the most emotional PR letters I'd kind of ever read. The kind of mini blurb for this says, There once was a village so far north that most considered it the top of the world, and in that village, the sun fell in love with her star maker. I am so incredibly excited to read this. It is on my priority TBR for the beginning of January, and I'm so excited. Another book that's on my TBR for January is Cleopatra by Sarah Ella Reefy. This was sent to me by Borough Press. I got to work with Borough and Harper Voyager in announcing this book, and it's one of the most beautiful proofs I've ever got. But I'm actually super, super excited. Sarah Ella Reefy has some of my favourite writing. I adored the Feybound and Cursebound books. I'm eagerly awaiting the third one. But the story behind why Sarah wanted to do a Cleopatra retelling is just so powerful. I highly recommend you go and follow her on socials if you don't, because she's just one of the most inspiring women to watch succeed in this world. Then from Harper Voyager, this one comes out in May, and this is Stay for a Spell by Amy Coombe. It's basically following a princess who gets cursed and trapped in a bookshop. Tell me that's not the dream. But because that kind of takes her away from her royal obligations of balls and princes and marriage, she's not exactly mad about it. But the king and queen are, and so they decide that they're going to send 7 princes to kiss the princess in the hope that it will break the spell. Because what more could a princess want than a prince? Fun fact, there's a pirate named Bash in this book. That is all I'm going to say on that. Then we have another Harper Voyager one. This is Bloodbound by Ellis Hunter. And this is being peddled as the debut fantasy of the year. I have seen a few people already read this. This was an arc that was given out at the Harper Voyager 30th anniversary celebrations. And I haven't seen a single person dislike it yet. This also comes out in May, and I am so excited to read it. There are obviously a lot more books coming out in 2026. I even have a few more proofs over there that I haven't gotten a chance to tell you about today because I don't have that much time to film. But we will do an entire video on 2026 releases in the first couple of weeks of January, so make sure you stick around for that. But do you have a most anticipated release of 2026? I feel like there are so many good books coming out next year. Please do let me know. And don't forget to come back tomorrow for Bookmas Day. What day are we on? Is it 12 or 13 tomorrow? One of those.